Hello, everyone. RPG Kingdom Kid here, back with... Now, this is probably going to be the finale of Zero Time Dilemma. In the previous video, we opened up the Force Quit box. We learned that Carlos was fucking weird in his thing. Q revealed his true identity to Mira and Eric type thing. And Sigma and Diana and Phi learned that they're one big happy sappy family. Which is fucking weird because they're like the same age. But I'm happy for that. But now we have one more section to do. The true reward. I honestly hope this I hope this ends in a happy ending. I honestly don't know what's gonna happen. We'll see. There's actually 6. I have 6 trophies left before the platinum. And I must somehow get them all through this. So let's begin. Let's do this! Alrighty. Final decision. Oh boy. Okay.
I knew it! Looks like the memories we regained are true after all.
Yep,
The 3 wards were all in the same place.
they all have the memories of the histories now. Hi, everyone. Carlos, you look like shit.
Akane. Junpei.
And Mira and Eric.
And who are you?
And you're Sean, right?
Sean.
Carlos, what happened?
Proof of friendship.
Yeah, sure.
Anyway.
About that.
What are you guys doing here?
According to the schedule, C team and Q team should both still be asleep.
We took a page out of your book and did what you did. We used the cards to keep the bracelet needle from injecting us.
So, does that mean?
Yeah, I remember everything.
I do too. Junpei and I as well.
Cool.
Over the past few hours, we got back the memories we forgot.
Boy, that's gonna be awkward for Q Team. Mir's a fucking murderer. Oh boy. Oh, Akane probably wants to kill her because of her. She's the reason her dad's dead and her mom's dead. Oh boy. Let's see what happens
Well,
now.
to be more accurate, it's more like we accessed the morphogenetic field and downloaded all of them.
Then you have the other history's memories too?
Yes.
Then you're like us.
Oh shit.
But why?
Hold up. Eric and I are different.
Yeah. We didn't gain memories from other histories.
Okay, that's good.
Then neither of you got injected?
No, we're the same as Carlos and the others.
Huh?
I told them. Maybe I'll start from the beginning.
Okay.
First, so I could run the program in the Force Quit box, I accessed the central control computer. Then, I briefly turned off the communication network. That way, I stopped the surveillance cameras from sending any data to Zero. I didn't want Zero to catch on to what we were doing.
And that's when Sean let us in on the truth of what's going on here.
We went over to the transporter room and picked up 2 cards. Before the injection, we each slipped one between our wrist and bracelet.
Okay. Now you two make sense. But what about you, Sean?
Well, you probably already know, but I'm a robot.
Yeah.
Being
I'm a
injected
robot.
does nothing to me.
Then
Every time the time limit approached, I was forced to go into sleep mode. Then my memories from the previous 90 minutes were deleted. I didn't want that to happen, so You remember me saying I accessed the computer?
Hack the system. Did I get any files? Still nothing yet. Ah, fine. I'll wait until after the feed before I check this again.
Oh, I hacked
Sorry.
my own system too.
He said he managed to cancel the forced sleep and delete functions.
Clever.
What about C-Team then?
We couldn't interrupt the surveillance cameras, so we had to be sneaky instead.
First, Carlos pushed me down and climbed on top of me.
He what? It was just an act. I was only pretending to do it.
Carlos used that moment to whisper in my ear.
Okay.
He said to go to the transporter room and grab the cards in there.
But if I just let her go like that, it looks suspicious. So Junpei and I stayed behind to get Zero's undivided
No,
attention.
you left.
I casually invited Junpei to the power room. You can see the result of our conversation.
You should have told me what was up.
If I had, then Zero would have figured it out.
God, I hate you both.
You look like you'd be a crap actor.
God, I hate you both.
And after that?
We met Akane in the lounge. We hid from the cameras and each got a card from her.
Sorry, but could I get confirmation on something?
You're a big mirror, aren't you, Mira?
Everyone knows what all happened in the other histories, right?
Even you, Mira and Eric?
Didn't Eric say so earlier? Sean told us everything.
But wait. Why?
Why what?
Why do we know about the other histories?
Well, that's probably...
You want to know?
Hey, Delta. Hi, son. Oh, he's got the shotgun, of course. Son, put that down.
Q?
No, that's Delta.
Or maybe it's actually Zero.
You are free to call me by my given name, which is Delta. There's no need to look so threatening.
God, I'm gonna smack you so
You
hard,
were
son.
the one who named me, Diana.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I shall
Yeah,
answer
he's
your
kind of our
question.
son. Look at the
Carlos,
bastard he turned
Kane,
into.
Junpei, Diana, Phi, and Sigma.
Mom, Dad,
All
sister.
6 of you know that you are shifters, correct? Mm-hmm. Think back on your path to this very moment. Did you arrive at this history by following a normal flow of time?
No.
No, of course you didn't. You jumped in from another history using your shift abilities. And it wasn't just this once.
Nope, it was multiple
You
times.
have been shifting back and forth many, many times. From one point in space-time to another. You boldly took chances, much like jumping from one tree branch to another.
Yeah, technically Diana
You
was the
have
one that named Delta.
forgotten that fact, perhaps as a result of the medicine, or as one of the side effects of shifting. Regardless, your memories have been kept firmly intact within the morphogenetic field. It is simply that the 6 of you regained the memories of those times.
Uh-huh.
One small trigger.
So wait,
and the
does
lever
Phi remember?
preventing you from remembering?
Does Phi remember the one path where she's dead, but Sigma and Diana have her and Delta? Does she remember that history? We're like, oh God, I was born here as a baby. Does she remember that history? That'd be kind of hilarious if she did.
Collapsed. Sean is a similar case. However, His thought center is located within the quantum computer, so I suppose it's slightly different from you.
And what about these two?
What about me and Mira?
You are both like me, in that we do not have the ability to shift.
Oh, so all of Q Team
don't?
doesn't have abilities to shift.
I have another power instead. The power to mind hack.
Oh,
Mind hack?
What? Oh, so that's how he made Eric. Hold on, come on. There we go. Come on. Thank you. So that's how he was able. That's how he used Eric to kill Sigma and Q in that pathway, and then have Eric kill himself. Okay, so mind hack. I'm trying to think. When could Mira and Eric have done that? Because they have that ability apparently, right? Can I reread that? Let me check the log. Oh nope, we're in a new section, so fuck that log, right? Yep, we're in a new segment.
I am able to read other people's minds.
Great.
I know the thoughts and ideas that go through their heads.
Why do we have to give birth to such ultra superhuman babies, Diana? I don't know, Sigma. You just have that powerful semen. Damn right I do.
That's why I know exactly what Phi is trying to do right now. Step away from that device, Phi.
Then, when we blocked the injection,
I saw through your ruse.
Then why did you...
I wanted all of you to play the final decision game.
The final decision game?
I find human decisions fascinating. More specifically, the world branching that occurs as a result.
We also still, apparently in one of the timelines, Carlos kills Delta/Zero. Oh. Because of Q Team's oh, that's right. That's why, because of Q Team's execution, that's why.
Already mentioned that I am unable to shift. But after looking inside millions of minds, I learned one thing. There are people in this world with the ability to jump between histories. That shifters exist. Hence, why I know so much about these parallel worlds.
You did all this? Because you were curious?
Wow, it's always because
When
of
a
curiosity.
person does something significant, it's difficult to boil the reason down to one word.
But that's
Their
good enough.
motives are often very complex. It is the same now. To fulfill several objectives, it was necessary to trap all of you in here.
So why did you do it?
You want to know? It is so you give birth to Phi and myself, Diana.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Phi and I are the children of Diana and Sigma.
Yep.
Phi is...
Wait. They're children?
Yep.
November 16th, 2029. Phi and I were born in this shelter. This was another history, of course.
Mm-hmm. Bluebird and the brooch.
Shortly after, the atomic data that makes up our bodies was transported
Okay, yes,
to April
explain this. Explain this now.
1904. The transporter was located in a German research facility at that time. Our bodies reconstructed and regenerated in the export
Explain
pods.
how you are alive and
of
at
that
like this
facility.
age.
But that would mean you're actually...
I'm 124.
You're joking.
But Phi is...
A German researcher sent her to 2008.
Yep.
Records indicate that she was part of an experiment.
You're saying Phi jumped back in time from 2029 to the year
that's what
1904, and then forward again to 2008?
Technically, what was sent both times was simply the data makeup of Phi's body.
I heard that in 2008, the device was being studied in an American facility.
That's when an old couple who were researchers took me in.
We've gone off topic.
Yeah, we kind of have.
Yes, that was one of the major goals.
Now you two must fuck in front of all... hold on. Let's see, there's 10. So, yeah. In front of all 8 of us, including Gab, so that we can make sure that you give birth to Diana, to Phi and me, Mom. God, you're sick. Fuck you. If you would, you could just fuck in the pod like you did last time. Maybe that's why... Ah, shit. Maybe that's why we got powers, was because you guys had sex in that weird alien machine.
Everything that occurred here helped create Phi and myself. And when I say that, I am including all of the other histories. If I hadn't trapped the group of you here, then Phi and I would have never been born in our current forms.
Your current forms?
See, this makes no sense because time travel is a fucking weird thing about... Okay, so, like, that's the whole thing with the brooch. Like, Phi got that from her mother, Diana, but Diana got that from Phi, and then Phi going back in time, then forward in time, and... See, it gets muddled like that. That's why time travel is so complex like this.
Sean, you should already know about epigenetics. You see, environmental factors determine which switches are activated within the genetic code. Reproductive cells are the same. Or perhaps I should say that the reproductive cells are the ones most affected.
Oh, I get it. That's why you made Diana and Sigma play the decision game.
What do you mean?
By backing them into a crisis situation, he caused an epigenetic change within their
they talked
reproductive
about
cells.
this before.
I think that's why their children were born with unique powers.
Gold Star. This is the reason I have my mind-hacking abilities. Phi was affected as well. You were born a shifter. D-Team, do you recall what was written on your wall?
Alright, now we get to learn the things about the walls.
When a curious hate oozes calamity.
And rearranging the letters gives you...
No way. What you choose can materialize us.
Oh, our decisions will bring you to life.
That is why the decision games were held. So that the Phi and me, here now, would materialize exactly the way we are.
No, but... Okay, so I get why you had to have Diana and Sigma go through life or death decisions. But the rest of us had nothing to do with...
I already told you. My motives are complex.
I just picked you out of...
What? Wait, there's more?
Yes, okay, he picked Mira because she's a fucking murderer. Eric because Mira's first victim was Eric's mother. Sean because, well, he's a robot. Carlos, Akane, and Junpei because of their shifting powers and how Akane was affected by Mira's actions. And because Akane started the first Namori game, a year prior to this, and Carlos because of his shifting powers and such. I'm just going by what I think.
Fuck you, you goddamn old man!
Fine, no!
Right in the jaw. Oh, fucking hell, Eric gets the gun again. God damn it, Delta. I'm gonna kick your ass like I did when we were kids. Fuck.
It's over.
You may be right.
Please, why did we give the
Diana,
gun
take
to
this.
Eric?
Put it in. Your bluebird too.
Why did we give Eric the gun? I love...
It's ready.
Verified. Key items were set. Executing Force Quit program. 10 minutes until explosion.
Ah, fucking hell. Weesh, son of a bitch.
What?
Oh no!
The hell? What is this?
Oh, fuck. We all have to die now. Is that, like... Is that our true ending? Is that we all have to
What's with that
die?
announcement?
Must I explain? This shelter will soon explode. You've worked so hard, only to turn on this facility's self-destruct mechanism.
Yeah, that makes sense, I
Sean,
suppose.
access the central control computer.
It's no use. Once the Force Quit program has been activated, there is no possible way for you to reverse it.
All right, shifters, back
Then
in time.
what can we do?
Here we go.
I will tell you two good things. First, I suggest checking behind the bar counter.
Carlos?
Oh, no!
Why would you?
What? Oh,
Gab.
fuck!
Gab's been.
Did you kill Gab?
Yes, with the shotgun you're holding. There wasn't much life left in him anyway.
God, why did we give
Never
birth?
expected to hear that.
Why
come
did we
from
give
you,
birth to
Sean.
such a bastard child, Diana?
So what's the other thing? You had two things to tell us.
Mira's a fucking murderer.
I have the ability to mind hack,
We already know that.
but I've not told you everything about it.
Oh.
Reading other people's thoughts isn't the only thing I can do with mind hacking. It only lasts a moment, but I am able to control someone's body as I wish. Like this.
Like yours, Eric. God damn it, Eric! Why does he always get the shotgun?
Eric! Why?
No, for real, my finger just...
Mind hacking.
Shit.
Understand now. This is my power. So, let's begin. Your final decision game. You have two choices.
Oh boy.
One, to stay here and wait to die.
Okay.
The other is...
Shit.
The other...
No, yep, of course. Saw that happening.
Hey, what's the other option? What's the other option?
Shit. Shifters, time to shift. 5 minutes. Yep, there we go. 5 minutes.
Explosion.
Well, what should we do?
What about the X door?
And how exactly should we open it? Unless 6 people die, it's gonna stay closed. Or should we start killing each other now?
Mira?
Well, one's already dead, actually, technically, so.
I have an idea.
Which is?
We're going to shift, all of us, together.
Hey, hold on. Like jumping to another history?
But Eric and
I'm sure it will be fine.
You can do it.
Remember what I said? Human consciousness may be a result of quantum effects in the brain.
Oh, yeah. You said if certain conditions are met, we can also.
What are the conditions?
First, you need to be exposed to danger. And the other one is
to be in the vicinity of a group of shifters.
Sup?
I get it.
We'll resonate, and then Mira and Eric can.
But which history are we going to jump to?
Probably.
None of the similar histories will work. One team is likely to be dead after the vote.
And we can't shift if there are no bodies for us to jump to, right?
Then we need to jump to where all of us are alive.
When we're all alive.
Do you mean
Before the event? The coin flip?
The history, where we won the coin toss.
Well.
3 minutes
Okay.
until explosion.
I'm not sure I get it all, but it's a good idea?
What are you saying? There's no way we could do that.
Why not?
Shift isn't simply jumping into bodies in different histories.
Our consciousnesses swap places. Ours for theirs.
We'll be forcing our other selves into these bodies, and they'll die without knowing why.
Yeah, and what's wrong with that?
what?
Well, they're all living without a care off in another history, yeah? One time, they do the coin toss once and win? Don't you think that's unfair?
Mira, you're saying they, but we're talking about ourselves here.
Well, we should consider if those people really are us.
Good point. If we assume that we here are the true versions, then the us in the other history are essentially strangers.
Even more of a reason not to.
If we shift to that history, then we're tossing the others under the bus to save ourselves.
Well, then what do we do, huh?
The us in that history have done nothing wrong. I mean, the only thing they did was win at a coin toss.
You could say the same for us. The only thing we did was lose a coin toss. Even so, we've had to go through so much shit. We've been forced to put our lives on the line.
Besides, aren't the bodies in the other histories ours anyway?
Then why should we second guess ourselves?
God, every time she moves like an inch, they just jiggle all over the place.
1 minute until explosion.
Why don't we jump until before?
We're out of time. I'll say it again. We have two choices. We can stay here and wait for our deaths, or survive by sacrificing our other selves in another history.
So that's what that bastard meant. The final decision game.
Well, what the hell? We're have to, right? Hold on. The thing about this is it doesn't split. It doesn't. It's gonna be odd. Fuck it. Don't shift. Fuck it. Fuck it. Let's see the bad ending first. Watch, this ends being the true ending. She's just lean. Can you get off my head, please? Mom, Dad. Happy I got to know you. Boom! Yay, Bad Ed, you suck. Game over. Play through the whole entire game again to get the true ending now. Wait, what? God, you suck at this game. What? See team subject report. Q team subject report. D team subject report. So I just got 3 of the 6 trophies I was missing. Well, let's jump then. We have to.
And
Fuck it. Fuck him. Oh. Really? So that is... So the true end... Oh, hello. Alright. I was curious as to why that thing wasn't done yet. I was curious. Payoff, too.
Damn, I can't remember anything.
Me neither.
Neither can I.
It somehow feels like I made a bet with someone, but...
Someone?
What kind of bet?
Now going through this again.
Did we all forget what happened?
hey,
Who's this
could
kid?
I ask all of you something? Who is this kid?
Hi. And consciousness coming in now. Dead. Up and at 'em. Don't kill me in this history, please, Mira.
Did we do it?
We're not wearing the bracelets, so I don't know the time. But
Judging by the position of the sun, it's probably noonish.
And the date?
How would I know?
Hey, Mira. Eric. Do you remember me?
Yeah.
I definitely remember you.
Then we really did.
Well, it must have worked.
Life is unfair.
Sup, Delta?
Don't you think?
You bastard.
17 years
Is that
ago,
any way to talk to
a
your
snail
son?
traveled down a narrow path in the park. If that snail hadn't been there, perhaps all of you here would have lived a completely different life than you did.
Oh, now you're gonna match it all up?
Just one small snail, and everyone's lives, even the world, changed.
So, what's the big deal? Oh, would you just quit talking nonsense?
I have one more note for you.
I'm so glad you were safe.
He's gonna bite you.
Of course we were. You all have shifted in from another history.
Whatever. We gotta call the cops.
How?
And what exactly will that accomplish?
Isn't it obvious? We're throwing you in the slammer.
Why? He hasn't
And
done
my
anything.
crime?
Murder.
Murder? I see. But I haven't killed anyone.
Nope.
Specifically, in this history, not a single person has died. I strongly doubt the police would listen.
But in the other histories, you...
Yes.
Did you not pay attention? I don't have the ability
God, you
to
are all
shift.
stupid.
The only reason I know anything of those histories is because I mind-hacked you. In effect, the me you know is a different person than the one before you.
Oh, God. Mind
Can
hack's
I
more
be
like mind
charged
fucks.
for killing someone in another history? If so, then I'd say this world would be full of criminals of all kinds.
Like you all.
What about conspiracy to commit?
Yeah. I'm betting this history's got a bunch of dangerous machines and gimmicks all over the shelter.
Unfortunately, I have removed them all.
Well, you were
You
asleep.
slept for quite a while. Nothing is left in the shelter. No transporter, no quantum computer. Loaded into a truck and taken away.
What the actual fuck?
Sean is able to move right now due to radio signals received from a satellite.
Oh, interesting.
What? Aren't you happy? I say again, in this history, not a single person has died. Phi and I exist, and there will never be an outbreak of Radical 6.
What about the terrorist
There
things,
is
though?
only a bright future ahead for all of us. Is this not what you'd call a happy end?
I don't know about that. What about that terrorist group that you talked about with Akane and Junpei?
But according to you, all of mankind will die if time passes and nothing is done.
A religious fanatic, a terrorist attack that sparks
Yeah,
a
here we go.
nuclear war.
I heard this story. You said you released Radical 6 so that you could kill that person.
The me before you did not say that, but I can't deny it's true.
Radical 6 won't spread throughout the world in this history.
That means that fanatic guy won't die.
Wait, so now humans will go extinct?
Hey, where's that happy future you mentioned?
Interesting. Does that make you angry, Phi?
What?
If so, then we have a serious contradiction. I had prepared a future in another history where 2 billion would survive. But yet, you decided to jump to this history. That means you chose a future where humanity goes extinct, over 6 billion dead.
Oh my god. So there is no happy ending in this game then, huh?
No, you're wrong, Delta. Nothing in the future has been determined yet. We'll shape the future with our own hands.
Huh. You said something I can get behind, Carlos.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay, me too.
Mira,
You're right. The future has infinite possibilities.
If we work together, we can accomplish anything.
Well, kill that fanatic
Humanity's gonna
bastard.
die out? Screw that.
We'll definitely change that horrible future.
Perfect. Now, play the 4th Zero-Scape game. Oh wait,
What's
that
so
doesn't
funny?
exist.
Just that.
What the hell do you mean?
I'm sure I told you in another history that my motives are complex.
Yep.
Imagine, what if none of you had experienced the events, that occurred in the shelter. You're so determined now to change the future. One of the goals of all of this was to get you into the
fucking
frame of
hell,
mind.
dude.
It's all going according to plan.
All according to Delta's
Without
plan.
a single casualty. I created a future where mankind will be saved.
By U9.
Does that upset you? Are you angry that your life was played with?
Sort of. But I guess
Very
we're alive,
well.
so fuck it.
I will give all of you one last choice.
Are you serious?
With that gun there, you will be able to choose whether to kill me now or allow me to leave.
I guess.
I promise I won't use mind hacking on you. You are free to decide. Which shall it be?
Oh boy.
Pull the trigger or let me go. The fates of you, me, and mankind are all on the line. This is the decision game.
God damn it! Nothing? Yeah. Mountain of knowledge. I sure, I guess. Alrighty. Oh, I can't skip these. Okay. Well, holy shit. First of all, fuck, this game was fantastic. You know, like, the three games in the series are all fantastic. I'll say that. Flat out, no lie. I love them. What else? Oh my god, like, wow, so Delta's giant fucking plan was to make a future where we would be determined to change the future where all humanity would die. And he did that, but, you know, it doesn't feel good to have your lives played with, like, you know, how they had it. I'm probably gonna end up splitting this into two parts. I don't know. Maybe not. This one will probably just be a longer part, but god damn! Like, everything that has went through. Like, oh my god. The choices, like, I can't find a single discrepancy between this game and Virtue's Last Reward. We saw the future. We saw the one future line where it went to Virtue's Last Reward. We saw that happen with the Contagion ending, like that first actual end that we got, and then the one end with C-Team. And then we saw that future, but then you have to ask yourself, where was Carlos in this? Maybe he was just one of the people that helped out on Earth while Sigma was getting ready with Diana. And then Diana was like, no, wait, Sigma and Akane met prior while Phi was in her chronological sleep for like 20 odd however years she was in that sleep for. Then you get to Sigma, you know, working for 3 years with Diana over stuff, and then she passed away, and then he made Luna, which took 25 years, and all that stuff. They made their moon base. Junpei Temioji grows old, forgets almost everything about Akane, but he must have still had like a shred of memory of her in his head, even though that. Oh, it's just like, oh nope. Even though like that drug that Akane gave him in the ending here was supposed to have him forget, but he didn't really fully forget about her because he still had the picture in his pocket. He never let go of that. And, oh yeah, that ring. That ring was on old Akane. That ring was on old Akane. I think it was also on her left hand as well. Or was it on the right hand? I honestly can't remember. Because he put it on her right hand. The point is she had the ring. So even then, that is not a discrepancy. So she had the ring in Virtue's Last Reward. That's probably so. And that's when Junpei gave her that ring, was in that timeline. That's the only time he ever gave her that ring, was in that timeline. What else? Yeah, and although she got how she looked back in, because I rewatched the ending, like the epilogue ending of Virtue's Last Reward again, before recording this session, and I was like, oh, maybe that'll show it, and it kind of did, I think. I don't know, I really can't remember, but I was like remembering, oh, there's Akane, like looking how she did in 999, because they play that, and then they changed the arts. That's another thing. I don't mind the little change with this, with their models and such, but it's such a big, drastic change from what Akane looked like, for sure. Like, her hair is a different color and everything, but I do have to say I love this game. This game was fantastic. It's probably my favorite out of the 3 Zero Escape games. I'm glad, like, besides 999, 999 was the one I've played before, but Virtue's Last Reward and, of course, this one are the only ones I have not played before recording this. So I was glad I'm able to experience all of this with you guys. It was such a blast to do that, for sure. It's thanks to the support of our fans that this project was completed. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Zero Time Dilemma staff. That's right, yeah, because of the community and the fans, this game came out, and I'm so glad it did. Alright, do we get our final decision? Nope. The final decision. Shifter. Zero Escape. Alright. Everything's completed. Right, there's no hidden. Nothing hidden here. Alright, this probably will just be one part then. Payoff and payoff 2. Oh boy, so then what? I kind of hate that it's so open-ended like that, though. Did Carlos shoot him? Did he not shoot him? Alright, let's jump here because I want to read the cinematic signs, the things that I got. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Alright, here we go. Let's find the other Phi. Baby Phi was indeed transported from 1904 to 2008, but a Phi also remained in 1904. Whatever happened to that Phi? Rumor is she became a brilliant scientist and worked at a research facility in the U.S. well into her 100s. That's another thing. They didn't explain how Delta was able to stay alive at 127 or 124. They didn't explain that. If my guess is he transported himself at some point to be in this part. I honestly don't know. The facility was researching the transporter, and that's where Phi from 1904 is sent. Alright, payoff. Carlos won. The day is bright and clear. A girl in a white dress strolls along the beach, the wind tossing her long blonde hair playfully. Up until a half a year ago, she had been confined to a bed. Carlos's eyes still tear up every time he sees her smile. Come on, Carlos, you don't always have to help me. That's the point of my rehab. Oh, you're right. Sorry, Maria. Carlos brushes her hair out of her face. It's definitely not the summer sun that's making him act out of sorts. It's the fact that his sister is here standing before him. Mia grins up at him. What would Akane and Junpei say if they saw you being all fussy like this? It's fine. They understand how important you are to me. Both you and Junpei put your lives on the line. That was a different history, but going through that means we know how to treat Revere syndrome. I can't believe we have the ability to jump through space-time. I'm just glad you're able to control it now. It's all because Carlos met Akane and Junpei that Maria was able to recover. He wishes he could show them just how well she's doing. You're thinking about them right now, aren't you, Carlos? What makes you say that? Because you're smiling. Carlos closes his eyes and his unconscious smile turns fond. They're just about your age. Kind of feels like I gained a brother and another sister. You are going to their wedding. Yes! Yes, yes, yes! Yes, they're getting married! Fuck yeah! You are going to their wedding, aren't you? Yeah, and you're coming with me. There's something Carlos needs to do first. Back when the three of them parted ways, I'll be waiting to hear word from you when you locate that terrorist. Carlos held his right hand out toward Akane and Junpei, and the other two grabbed onto it with their own. There was no way of knowing if Delta was telling the truth, but if he was, one fanatic would kill off all of humanity. Akane and Junpei vowed to find the person, and Carlos offered to help. He can still feel the strong bond between the three of them. Their hands collapsed tightly. Suppose I better get used to talking more before the wedding, huh? Holding her hair out of her face, Maria reaches out to her brother, who takes her hand to his, and they continue walking down the beach. Same blue sky above them stretches over friends Carlos knows he can rely on. Okay. What? Why is there no payoff for Delta and Phi and Diana? Okay. Post payoff. Junpei sits upon a white sofa somewhere within the secret location of Crash Keys, twiddling a pen of sign. What else should I say? Now on the table in front of him is a half-written letter. Suddenly Akane pops up behind him. What are you doing, Junpei? She playfully teases. Gah! Junpei dives for the letter, but she snatches from her fingers and begins reading. Let's see. Carlos, without you, Akane and I wouldn't have gotten together. Thank you. Is this an invitation to the wedding? No, it's most definitely not. He makes a grab for the paper, but Akane quickly moves it out of his reach. It's just a progress report, Junpei mutters. Okay, yeah, I mentioned the wedding, but the date hasn't been set yet. I made a promise to you and your brother. We wouldn't get married until we've dealt with the fanatic. Oh, wait, no. Junpei's saying this. Oh, yeah. I mentioned the wedding, but the date hasn't been set yet. I made a promise to you and your brother we won't get married until we dealt with the fanatic. Kane's face flushes bright red. She hastily hides her face behind the letter and goes back to reading. I'd like nothing more than to get the approval and blessing of our old friends and those of you who we met 6 months ago. Eyes wide, Akane glances up at Junpei. He avoids her glares, awkwardly scratching the back of his head. You know, there's a history where I keep searching for you even after I'm old and craggly. It still exists out there somewhere, and when I think of that, a sharp pain jolts through Junpei's face. Akane is pinching his cheek. Ow, that hurt. What are you doing? Prove to you that this isn't a dream. Akane giggles. You still can't believe we're together like this? Junpei shakes his head. You've changed a lot, Junpei. A half a year ago, you were never this honest. It's like, how do I want to describe it? Like a dream? Huh? Junpei leans in and quickly pinches Akane. Oh, now you've done it. She darts forward and goes after Junpei with both hands, getting in a pinch whenever she can, and Junpei does the same. Once they start laughing, it's very hard to stop, and they keep going until they're out of breath. I guess this is all thanks to Carlos, too. That's why I'm writing that thank you letter. On Akane's left hand, a ring glitters on her ring finger. Ah, yeah! Yeah, he accidentally put it on the... Okay, so I should have looked this up before I record, too. That is your ring finger, right? Your left, on your left hand, that's your ring finger. Okay. This is going to be interesting. Hey, Mira, how are you feeling? Are you lonely? Come on, Eric, you visited last week. Oh, yeah, Mira is in fucking jail, I bet. Eric smiles wryly and reaches out to Mira with his left hand. Mira does the same, and their hands with matching silver rings line. Oh, they're fucking married, too. Either side, a line on either side of the plexiglass window. I brought a new guest to see you today. Eric shifts to the side and then pops into view. Hi, Amira. Long time no see. It's Sean, right? Yep, I'm happy you remembered. Behind Mira, the sun is shining through an iron-barred window, lighting up the visitor room. It's been a long time, Sean. It's good to see you. That smile that appears on her face is real. Mira no longer needs to plaster on a fake one. When I heard you turn yourself in, I was really surprised. Eric was the one who convinced me. He said I should pay for my sins so we could be together. So that's why you got married in jail? Eric ducks his head shyly. Are you sure you're okay with this? Mira asks. He looks at her in confusion. Don't you regret marrying me? I did carve your heart out in another history. Isn't that what you said, Sean? Yeah, you did. Eric looks Mira straight in the eye. I've already told you this a bunch of times. I forgive you, no matter what happens. Besides, you haven't killed me in this history yet, right? Yet. Mira's lips twist wearily. But the Heart Rippers killed people already, so many. Sean, stop it. Eric turns angrily at Sean and Mira's face falls into a frown, but Sean continues speaking. You turned yourself in, Mira, but that doesn't mean you've paid for all the crimes you did. I doubt the family and friends that were left behind would forgive you even if you were put on death row. There's no way you could clean your sins here. Mira grits her teeth. But there is a way to clear them. Well, not what you've already done, technically. You'll have to pay for those your whole life. That will never change. But maybe you can in another universe. Oh, fuck. Is he basically going to say, jump to before you were a murdering psychopath? Suddenly, Sean's fist crashes through the plexiglass windows. Ah! Mira jumps backward while Eric is frozen in shock. What are you... Eric can't even finish speaking before Sean moves. Jumping through the broken window, he kicks the outside wall of the visitor room, causing it to crumble and reveal a giant hole. An alarm immediately starts blaring, and the police officers rush into the room, but Sean darts forward and takes them all down in a blink of an eye. He holds his hand out to Mira. Let's go. Go where? I know where the transporter is being stored. You're saying we should go change history? Eric finally shudders. Sean nods. To stop young Mira from committing murder. Mira, I'm pretty sure that's the only way you can clear your sins. Mira stares out through the hole in the wall at the horizon extending beyond. Oh, shit! That wasn't what I thought was going to happen. So they went to the transporter. I see. Wow. I'm disappointed there's no Sigma and... there's no Sigma... Oh, wait. Shit, this is post-apocalypse. But there's no post-payoff for them. Like, this is about Sigma and Diana here. But there's no Sigma and Diana 5 for the post-payoff. So that's unfortunate. So that's why Q's face was always gone like that, is because Q was technically the old man. Man, this is a fantastic game. Like, holy shit. I cannot believe it. Like, this game was phenomenal in all the right ways, and I fucking love it. But, guys, that's it. This is the end of not only of Zero Time Dilemma, but the end of the Zero Escape games. It was all fantastically done. I think this is probably like one of the visual novel game series. I mean, Danganronpa has an okay one too, and same with Steins Gate. But this one is so well made, with the more so story in mind. Like, they pieced together. They did this delicately. They picked the right pieces. They picked everything. They picked everything they needed to. Like the first game. The first game was great, and then you didn't really need to do anything afterwards. Like, the first game, you know, it didn't have like a satisfying ending. You know, it ended with Alice on the side of the road. You know, you didn't know where Ioe and Akane were, but you knew they were okay. Ace, the bad guy, got caught, and everyone lived happily ever after. But then Virtue's Last Reward happened, and then you're like, oh shit, no, not everyone lived happily ever after. 6 billion people died. And then you're like, well, how the fuck did this happen? And then you like learn about the future, like we're in the future where that has happened, and then you come to this one in the past to prevent that future, and you do. But it makes it so like there's that nice, like this right here. This ending right here. This is the Virtue's Last Reward ending. This one leads straight to Virtue's Last Reward. I wish they call it something else, but that leads straight to Virtue's Last Reward. And then all these endings, they make so much sense when you think about it. Like Sigma and Diana having Delta and Phi, that's the biggest mindfuck of them all, is Phi being Sigma's and Diana's daughter. I think that's the biggest mindfuck of everything. And it just works out so great that this game, like, it all works out great. Like, you can't even ask for like a better send-off, especially with that nice little credits roll. I mean, obviously, Carlos didn't choose to shoot Delta, so Delta just like walked away from it all. So, but it's great, and I'm so glad I played this game and this series in general, and I'm glad, you know, besides 999, which I played prior, before the PS4 release, but I never played Virtue's Last Reward or Zero Time Dilemma. I'm glad I was able to experience it with all you guys, and I hope you all enjoyed it as much as I did, and So yeah, but anyway, guys, that's gonna do it for Zero Time Dilemma. That is the end of the series, end of the Let's Play, end of a great fucking visual novel. I mean, if you guys have watched this, but if you haven't played it, I really highly recommend playing this whole series. If you have it on Steam, you can get it on the PS4. I think you can get it on the Vita as well. Yeah, they released the Namri game on the Vita, I believe. They should have at least, but it's also on Steam. I really recommend playing that. Like, I mean, I know it's probably not going to feel as good playing it after already watching it, but it's because you already know everything that's happening. So it's really one of those things that I should have said at the beginning of the LP, be like, hey, if you ever want to experience playing this game, which I highly recommend, it is a fantastic series. First of all, play 999 and Virtue's Last Reward and pick up this game for yourself and play it because it's a phenomenal game. Like, I knew this was going to be a phenomenal game from the get-go because it's, you know, it's the Zero Escape and they're all fantastic games. But I find myself doing this at the end of every single series. I blabber way too much about this. Like, oh, those epilogue files were pretty good too. Like I said, I'm disappointed that there's not one for C Team or D Team. I mean, it really has me a little disappointed that there's nothing for like what's Sigma and Phi and Diana doing. You know, are they like living as a happy couple? Is Sigma and Phi gonna give birth? Well, not Sigma and Phi. Jesus Christ, is Sigma and Diana gonna give birth to Delta and Phi, and then they just grow up here, and Phi's just gonna be like some aunt to them? I mean, it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird, but I'm disappointed in that. But I don't know. But anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching this. If you liked the video, please give that like button a click. Comment down below what you liked about the video, what you didn't like about the video, and let me know what has been your fondest memory of all the Zero Escape games from 999, Virtue's Last Reward, and Zero Time Dilemma here. I'm just super happy that Akane and Junpei are getting married. Like, that's the biggest thing that I wanted. Like, yes, their relationship is valid. It's all true. It's fantastic, and I can't wait. So, yeah. All right, guys, that means a new LP. Get ready. Yeah, I actually wrapped up Dot Hack GU Last Recode Volume 2 shortly, or I will shortly. I'm pretty sure this will probably come out before the final part of a Dot Hack, so I have to think of 2 new series to play. Awesome. I don't know if it'll be new, but I think I have an idea for one of them already. I do have an idea for a new one, and then I have another one to think of, so it's going to be exciting. But yes, so thank you all so much for watching once again, and as always, guys, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a beat, and subscribe to my main channel too. That's in the description below, as well as follow me on Twitter. Both my main Twitter, the RPG Kingdom Kid Twitter, are in there too. I want to thank you all so much for watching once again, and I'll see you all in the next LP. Bye.